November 16, 2022. Remember this date because on this day immigration to Canada will change. Some will benefit from it and others won't. I'm going to tell you what exactly will change and what you need to do right now. Subscribe to the channel and keep watching. Hi from Canada, I'm Ivana Pavlenka. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and the topic of this video will affect me just like it will affect you. On November 16th, Canada will transit to the new National Occupational Qualification (NOC). If you don't know what is it, I'll explain a bit later. This transition will entail changes in all immigration programs because the occupation requirements will be updated. In fact, the new NOC was developed last year, but since everything in Canada is done quite slowly, the transition has been delayed. I'll begin with what is NOC and how it is connected with immigration. As I said before, the NOC is Canada's National Occupational Qualification. There is a code for each occupation. In the old version, NOC 2016, it was a 4-digit code, and in the new one, NOC 2021, it is 5-digit. For example, if you are a truck driver, your profession corresponds to one code, and if you are a software developer, then to another code, and so on. The occupational qualification is actually convenient. There is a description for each code. It lists possible variation of the profession name, such as trucker and transport truck driver are the same occupations. Then profession names that are not included in this NOC code, such as truck driver, helper. It has a different code. Also, the duties an employer can perform are listed, and the requirements for employment are education, license, and so on. The NOC has a clear structure. The code numbers show the skills level required by the occupation, the job field, and the professional group. Canada updates the qualification every 5 years and completely revises its structure every 10 years. All immigration programs have some professional requirements, and they are also described on the NOC. For example, the Federal Skilled Worker Program, which functions through the Express Entry system, requires that your occupation corresponds to NOC skill levels 0, A or B. These are management, skilled and trades occupations. Today, if we take an example, the profession of an accountant, this is a skill level A, and this occupation is eligible for Express Entry. But truck drivers are not because their skill level is C. However, truckers can apply, for example, for the Atlantic Immigration Program because occupations with skill level 0, A, B, and C are eligible. Level C is intermediate jobs that require high school education and job-specific training. Many immigration programs have more specific occupational requirements. They have a list of eligible occupations, specific NOC codes that can apply. I hope you are not confused because these things I talk about are directly related to the changes that will take place on November 16th. I'm going to turn to these changes right now. As the new NOC appeared last year, the authorities of Canada and Canadian provinces must change the occupational requirements in all immigration programs. In the new NOC, occupations are classified in a completely different way. First, there were 4 skills levels before: skilled, trades, intermediate, and labor jobs. There was also a separate skill type 0, management jobs. All these skills levels were replaced by tier categories. There are 6 of them: tier 0, 1, 3, 4, and 5. Professions were redistributed. They are now divided according to what educational training is required to work in a particular occupation. I'll return to this. How does this affect immigration programs? For the Federal Skilled Worker Programs, as I said before, 3 skill levels were eligible: NOC 0, A, and B, management, skilled, and trades occupations. Now 4 new tier categories will be eligible. These are Tier 0, management occupations; Tier 1, occupations that require a university degree; Tier 2, occupations that require a college diploma or apprenticeship training of 2 or more years, or these are supervisory occupations; Tier 3, occupations that require a college diploma or apprenticeship training of less than 2 years or more than 6 months of on-the-job training. It turns out that a completely different approach is used in the distribution of occupational by skills. Moreover, according to the new NOC, some professions that were previously ineligible for Express Entry will become eligible. Specifically, there are 16 occupations that used to be skill level C. Truckers, bus drivers, subway operators, heavy equipment operators, and other professions that were considered intermediate fall into this category. I'm not going to name the full list, you'll find it in the article on our website, check the link below the video. 3 occupations, on the contrary, are not lucky. They used to be eligible for express entry and federal immigration programs, but not anymore. There are professions such as circus performance, illusionists, models. They all have the same NOC, and I think they are not popular, and also sport instructors and tailors. If your occupation is tier 0, 1, 2 or 3 according to the new NOC, you can create a profile in the express entry system. I'll tell you how to determine your NOC code, so stay tuned. And I continue. There are 12 more occupations that could apply for the Atlantic immigration program, and now they can't because their skill level was lowered in the new NOC. The Atlantic immigration program accepts applications from NOC skill level 0, A, B, and C occupation, that is management, skilled trades, and intermediate professions. According to the new NOC 2021, these 12 occupations were moved from intermediate level C to even less skilled, so they lost their right to apply for the program. These are groomers, taxi driver, waiters, farm and greenhouse workers, and so on. The links to the full list is below the video. But this is only one change. The next crucial change is that the occupation were reorganized too. For example, in the old NOC there was occupation of human resources manager. In the new NOC it was divided into 3 occupations: human resource manager, human resource professional, and administrative assistant. Moreover, each of the 3 occupations now has different skill levels. It turns out that if an immigration program accepted application from HR managers, now it depends on what officials decide. Either they add all 3 professionals to the list of eligible occupation, or only 1 or 2. This is not the only example. So we already know exactly what will change and what professions will be eligible for some programs. For example, the federal ones and the Atlantic programs. Information about the rest, the provincial programs, is not yet known. What do you need to do if you're planning to immigrate to Canada? Until November 16, you don't need to do anything. If you apply for immigration before this day, you need to indicate your NOC 2016 code. But on November 16, you'll have to change it to the new one. Or if you are going to apply after this day, you will also need to write your new NOC code. It's not difficult to determine your NOC code. You can use Canada official website. There is a tool where you can type your NOC 2016 code and see your new code. You'll find all the links below the video. Let me know in the comments what is your occupation and your NOC. I'm really interested. If the video was useful, please like it, share it with your friends who also want to immigrate to Canada, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to stay up to date with new videos. See you in Canada!